Welcome. I hope to see you again soon. Travel safe. May your days bring you joy. Farewell. Greetings. May your days bring you joy. I hope to see you again soon. Travel safe. Farewell.
Welcome. May the mists protect you. Jade Serpent. There is no hurry. Hello. Next one is on me. May the mists protect you. There is no hurry.
Tell me of your travels. I hope to see you again soon. Travel safe. May your days bring you joy. Farewell. Oh, hello. May your days bring you joy. Welcome. I hope to see you again soon.
Enough of that. Speak up. White Tiger watch over you.
Tell me of your travels. Farewell.
Tell me of your travels. Slow down. Life is to be savored.
Many greetings. Half of the Vale lies in ruin. These outsiders have been more destructive than the Manted and the Mogul combined.
Give us a chance to put things right.
Great Tiger, the strangers from beyond the mists, they cannot be trusted. The wreckage in the Jade Forest can attest to this.
There's more to this land than meets the eye. Stay safe. Keep your guard up.
Another stranger from beyond the mists.
Soon they will overwhelm this continent. Where do we draw the line?
We're here to lend our aid. We can help you rebuild the Vale.
We have witnessed your hell in the Jade Forest. This hope, this alliance of yours, you have no control over your own nature. You leave misery in your wake.
10,000 years ago, the last Pandarian emperor came seeking my advice. He too was filled with conflict. Let us see if you are correct, Karen. Let us see how this stranger deals with turmoil of the soul.
I'm still recharging.
See,
I can't pass
they
that.
are filled.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Yes, we are fighters, but we come from a violent land. We fought off demons, we fought off death, we even fought against the very end of the world.
I can't pass that. That's
It is
still
true.
recharging.
They are strong. There is much they can teach us.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
We can agree it is
That
noble
spell
to
isn't
fight
ready
for a
yet. I
righteous
can't pass
cause,
that.
to defend home or family. But what of vengeance?
That's still
What
recharging.
of anger? I sense these emotions run deep in this world.
That spell
Anger
isn't ready
is a
yet.
part of all of us. Yes, but we value
I
control.
can't pass that.
The orcs were once driven solely by anger. They lived in a state
That
of
spell
bloodlust.
isn't ready yet.
They
That's
conquered
still
it.
recharging.
All you seek to conquer is each other.
To live without
spell isn't
anger
ready
is
yet.
not to live at all. It is ours to overcome. In defeating our anger, we draw great strength.
That's still recharging. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. I can't pass that. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Well spoken. The strangers from beyond the mists have no shortage of passions, but let us see if they indeed control them. Beyond the anger lies hatred, the wellspring of all misery. What is this? Your hatred has a
I can't pass that. That's still
That
recharging.
looks just like Garrosh
That
See
Hellscape.
how these outsiders hate one another.
I can't
Bear their
pass that.
hatred to battle and carry it
That
to
spell
their
isn't
graves.
ready yet.
No. No, that's not true.
That's still recharging.
There is so much more to us than this.
That spell isn't
How
ready. I
interesting.
can't pass that.
They bring much to our land,
I don't have a
but
target.
they also bring the shadow of war.
This one has indeed proven mastery over anger. Between the young cub's words and the actions of this hero, I think I understand. Those from beyond the mists are hardened by battle. They are scarred, yes, but they have learned much. I trust them.
You are making a terrible mistake.
It is decided. The veil of eternal blossoms shall remain open. The transgressions of the outsiders have been great, but I see in them the capability to right what has been wrong.
There's work to be done here, White Tiger. You will see. I believe that my people and the Horde are essentially good.
I will consult the others. Meet me at the gates.
We're far from home, friend.
I find your fate inspiring, little one. But I wonder if you have ever met our war chief.
Be careful. I will see you soon.
Greetings, friend of the Grummels. Farewell.
What do you need?
Hello. Serenity light your path.
Oh, hello.
Pandaria conceals a great darkness.
Have you ever seen such a place? Be careful.
Children of Pandaria, the mists have fallen. For good or for ill, our land is open to all.
must draw ourselves together to rebuild this sacred place, the first step toward healing a war-torn world.
These outsiders have brought chaos to this land. Can we trust them to set it right?
I have faith in our friends from beyond the mists.
Their strength is an inspiration, and sorely needed. We must trust that their hearts are pure.
Next one is on me.
The journey is long, but well worth traveling. Pleasant journeys. You and your companions are my guests in the Vale. Please let me know if there is anything I can provide for you.
Greetings. Travel safe.
Be at peace. May you find the way.
I got the best deals anywhere. Have a good one.
Behold the wonders of Pandaria. These are the finest goods in the land. The world is your teacher.
Tell me of your travels. Jade Serpent. Greetings, Wanderer. May the mists protect you. Hello. There is no hurry. Next one is on me.
What's on your mind? See you soon. Safe travels.
Great to meet you.
Watch your back.
My goods are crafted with great care. I hope to see you again soon. Travel safe. You are in for a treat. May your days bring you joy. Looking to buy? Farewell.
We are the sword in the shadows. Be strong. Move like the night.
We are the sword in the shadows. The wall must stand. We serve so others do not have to. Please, browse my wares. Jade Serpent guide you. Next one is on me. The mists protect you. Jade Serpent guide you. There is no hurry.
Do you hear the river's song? May your pools be ever full.
You are most welcome.
May the red crane live forever in your heart.
Welcome. Travel safe.
Slow down. Until next time.
I foresee a mutually beneficial transaction.
Greetings!
You have a great day now.
Tell me of your travels. Live for your dreams. You are most welcome.
Watch your back.
Browse. Take your time. Enjoy. Next one is on me. Hello. Jade Serpent, guide. Welcome. May the mists protect you. What is it? Beware the western wind.
Greetings. I hope to see you again soon.
We are the Watchers on the wall. Watch the shadows.
You smell of good fortune.
Wonders of Pandaria. May you find
These Pandaren question everything. It makes you think. Is there such a thing as a righteous war? The battle for Pandaria rages on. This war could tear Azeroth apart. The battle for Pandaria rages on. Very good. Let's talk. Tong, drinks please. My father, Deathwing, tried to destroy the whole of Azeroth. He was misguided, of course, but he was right about one thing. Our world is so fragile. We are a point of light in a universe of shadow, a candle in a tempest. Sometimes I think it was the very precariousness of our world that drove my father to madness. Ah, thank you, Tong. Now to my point. I believe we are headed towards a reckoning. And no, I am not talking about the current conflict between the Alliance and the Horde. Believe me, what Garrosh Hellscream achieved in Theramore is nothing compared to the horrors that are even now bearing down on our fragile home. But the war deeply troubles me. Do you see my concern? A divided Azeroth cannot possibly stand against the darkness. This war has to end, soon, before it consumes our strength. I want you to know that your alliance has my full and unwavering support in this campaign. How do we bring a swift and decisive end to the conflict? I believe the answer lies with heroes like you. We must ensure that you are up to the task, and then equip you accordingly. Is there such a thing as a righteous war? This war could tear Azeroth apart. These Pandaren question everything. We are only just beginning our legendary journey. This war could tear Azeroth apart. The battle for Pandaria rages on.
Speak up. Until next time.
Jade Serpent guide you. Eyes open. Always be learning. Pandaria welcomes you. Farewell. Tread lightly. Every good story needs a hero. Jade Serpent guide you. One day, a father grew tired of his young cub's misbehavior. You act just like a hosen, the father scolded. Still, his son misbehaved. To teach him a lesson, the father dragged the cub out to the forest to watch how the hosen live. Do you see what the hosen are like, he asked. Do you want to live like that? The hosen are quite lively indeed. A short-lived race. Few hosen survive past their 20th birthday. Their leaders are all 14 or 15. How mature were you at 14 years old? Meditate on that. Afterward, the father asked his cub what he had learned. I learned that we work and toil on our little farm, but that the hosen have the whole world as their garden, the cub said. I learned that we squint by the light of a single candle, but that the hosen enjoy the light of the stars. I learned that I go to school every day, but that the hosen learn by doing. And the cub concluded, I should very much like to live like a hosen. Who then was the wiser, the father or the cub? That, my friend, is for you to decide. Greetings. Every good story needs a hero. Eyes open. Always be learning. Fire. It is the most magical of elements. It warms us. It cooks our food. It is the hearth fire that makes a house a home. In the right hands, fire can shape iron into swords or plowshares. The instrument left uncontrolled. Change. Fire could destroy a city. Long ago, a group of sturdy nomad hunters wandered the world. By a stroke of fate, they were here in Pandaria when the Sundering split apart the continents of Azeroth. The wanderers found themselves trapped in the town-long steppes, a harsh and dangerous land. Those noble hunters found a way to survive on their own. Fire was the key. They drew up oil from the ground. They used it to heat their homes, cook their food, and burn their enemies. They grew strong. From the flames of fate, the Yongol were born. They survived beyond the wall, for they refused to submit to any law but their own. Has fate been cruel to the Yongol? You may as well ask if fire is good or bad. Fate is like fire. It can shape us, or it can destroy us. All that matters is what you do with it. How does today find you? Great events often have humble beginnings. Consider a quiet pond. Still, the water is like a sheet of glass. Until I throw a stone. Such a small thing, but soon Ripples engulf the whole of the lake. The Jinyu also have humble origins. Once primitive creatures, they were fortunate enough to live near the enchanted pools within the Vale. The magic of the pools expanded their minds and grew their bodies until they became one of the great ancient cultures of Pandaria. The wisest of the Jinyu are very wise indeed. They can speak to the rivers the way you and I would consult our elders. In the whispering waters, they can hear the future. The Jinyu and their water speakers stand at the very heart of the greatest events in Pandaria's history. Their visions built empires, freed slaves, and warned our last emperor of the Sundering that shattered Azeroth 10,000 years ago. Think about it. The smallest voice can change the world. Consider that, friend, the next time you decide to start throwing stones. Hello. Tread lightly. Farewell. When the Sundering ripped apart the continents of Azeroth, we Pandaren thought that the rest of the world had been utterly destroyed. But as the centuries passed, one young explorer decided to see what was out there. His name was Liu Liang, and he set out to discover the world. We celebrate his bravery with statue and song. But if you were actually there, on the beach that very day, well, I'm sure he looked quite silly indeed. The Pandaren laughed at him. But Liu Liang was more clever than anyone thought. Sea turtles always return to the beach where they were born. And so, despite the mists that envelop our land, he always had a way home. Every few years, he returned, with tales of mysterious cities in the sand, nomadic people living on endless grassy plains, a great empire under the ice, and a magical kingdom gilded in gold. Each time he returned, more and more Pandaren answered Liu Liang's call and joined him on his growing turtle. They were the bravest among us, the explorers, the adventurers. And that is the lesson of Liu Liang, my friend. Everyone always laughs at the explorer. They always laugh until he returns. Greetings. Every good story needs a hero. Tread lightly. Oh, my student, you wish to study the Mantid? Be warned, the Pandaren frontier is littered with the graves of former pupils. The Mantid are harsh teachers. Every generation, the Mantid swarm the Serpent Spine Wall in great numbers. They murder many Pandaren, so we kill many times their number in return. Yet each generation, they attack once more. Why do they do this? We Pandaren do not know. Our ancient writings indicate that the Mantid have always been here. They predate even the Mogu. Where did they come from? We Pandaren do not know. Perhaps If you were to befriend the Mantid and earn a reputation among them, they would teach you their secrets, but I warn you, nobody has ever befriended the Mantid. Here is what the Pandaren do know. By massacring our people, by slaughtering tens of thousands of Pandaren, generation after generation, they have taught us the value of life. A precious but fleeting gift, easily snuffed out in an instant. This is what the Mantid have taught us.
Pandaria welcomes you, eyes open. Always be learning. Let us talk about the nature of power. In my hands, I hold a sword. I ask you, who wields the power? I do, for I wield the sword. Many thousands of years ago, the Mogu held all the power. They ruled this land with fists of iron. But as their empire grew, they needed a way to police and control the powers of the Vale and their own flesh-warping magics to twist and shape a race of ferocious lizards into a living weapon. They created an army of Sorok, bloodthirsty savages created to enforce the will of the Emperor. But there is a problem with creating a living weapon. Do you see? Who now wields the power? The heartless Sorok, even with their tiny lizard brains, soon realized the truth of their position. They killed the enemies of the Mogu. Then they killed the subjects of the Mogu. Soon, they started killing the Mogu themselves. The Mogu Emperor then ordered all of the Sorok to be purged. He tried to wipe out their entire race, to no avail. They still plague Pandaria to this day. So you see, power is easily taken, but should not be lightly given. Oh, I seem to have lost my sword. Hello. Jade Serpent guide you. What do you fear most in this world? Have you conquered your fear? Or has your fear conquered you? In the ancient days before the sundering of the world, the Mogu emperors ruled over Pandaria. My people were made slaves, and they were afraid. The Mogu were masters of pain and torture, of dark magics and brutal weapons. No Pandaren, Hosen, or Jinyu could resist the power they held. And my people were afraid. It was the Mogu who built the Serpent Spine. The most unlucky of slaves were sent to aid in its construction and defense, to be fodder for the Mantid, and my people were afraid. As the Empire grew, the Mogu began to experiment with the secrets of the Vale. They crafted terrible weapons of living flesh and stone, and my people were afraid. In their hubris, the Mogu never foresaw that their downfall lay in wait, not among their enemies, but among the oppressed, the day that one slave stood and was no longer afraid. Farewell. Every good story needs a hero. What is the source of your power? Think carefully before you answer. Many adventurers point to their weapons, or their equipment, or to tomes of arcane might.
Long ago, when my people were slaves of the Mogul Empire, we were forbidden from carrying any weapon at all. We were not fighters, and no one believed we could fight the Mogul without magic and steel until Kang, the Fist of First Dawn, opened our eyes. One day, the beloved monk issued a challenge to his fellow slaves. "Hit me!" he called out. Surprised, the beleaguered Pandaren slaves tried to strike Kang. One by one, they failed, for he intercepted their blows like a dancer and sidestepped their attacks like a reed in the wind. "Our backs are hardened by the whips of the Mogul," he told them. "Our arms are powerful from building their fortresses. Our minds are sharp from working alongside our enemy. You think the Mogul are stronger? I say we are their strength." The farmers, the bricklayers, the shepherds, the smiths, they all bowed before Kang. "Teach us," they said. "Teach us to fight." And when they rose as warriors. Your voice, your hands, these are the tools of true heroes. Use them well, and you can change the world. How does today find you? Eyes open. You wish to learn of our last and greatest emperor, Shao Hao. Oh, my friend, I do not have the time here to recount all of his adventures, but his actions 10,000 years ago resonate to this very day. We know that he purged his doubts in the Jade Forest, that he cleansed himself of despair in the Krasarang Wilds, that he overcame his fear in the town-long steppes, and that he defeated anger, hatred, and violence high in the mountains of Kunlai. This is known, and there are temples to mark these most sacred of places. But I want you to imagine standing in this very valley on the day he returned from his journey. Imagine being here when the gates opened for him. By then, our emperor was a creature of pure light. No doubts, no fears, no hatred. It is said that all the trees in the vale blossomed as he entered, and continue to blossom to this day. Would that we could all live like our most sacred emperor, that we could put aside all our burdens and exist in harmony with the cosmos. That, I believe, was his message to us before he became one with the land and hid Pandaria away from the terror of the Sundering. Thank you, dear Emperor. Jade Serpent guide you.
You are in for a treat. Farewell.